Welcome back to Mike Bassett F1 Manager, and last time out we updated our training schedule for the pit crew once again in a hope to reduce those silly mistakes. We had a fire in our design centre which shut it down for the better part of 2 weeks, and we experienced wet weather for the first time at the Japanese Grand Prix. It unfortunately was not a successful race as our weather centre wasn't the most accurate, so we'd prepped to run wet tyres for most of the race, but actually the track was teetering between inters and wet weather conditions. So our wet weather tyre wear was very high. To try and save the tyres, we backed off, which lowered the tyre temperatures, and that vicious combo meant Ayumu Iwasa would back his car into the wall late in the race, and we'd have our first retirement of the season. Not an ideal home race for him. Pourchaire would come home 16th. Today we're dealing with the aftermath of that crash and our first sprint race of the season. So the first thing you may notice today is this episode is going to be slightly longer, more closer to the length of my Gran Turismo 3 long play episodes, and that's because by hook or by crook we are doing 2 races today, China and the beloved Miami up next. So I'll hopefully get quicker throughout the season, and maybe we could fit 3 into one episode, but we're going to have longer episodes, 2 Grand Prix today, and we've got a lot to deal with, because obviously there's the aftermath of Ayumu Iwasa backing his car into the wall in Japan. There's a few things that require response. We've got a regulations vote. Let's deal with the email first. Okay, so we've got a new rear wing, which is good because that replaces the broken one. So the issue is the regulation vote for technical changes. Our data suggests it's become too easy for drivers to follow cars closely. Come on, guys. So we want to create more space between cars and reduce the number of red flag incidents. Oh, wow. So I can either vote for airflow focus changes or cooling focus changes. Let me check I get this right. So the airflow focus changes are going to reduce the amount of airflow and sensitivity, but the cooling focus stuff is going to mean less engine cooling. So does that mean we're going to have 30% less airflow sensitivity on the front wing? Isn't that good? Am I misinterpreting that? Because if the rear wing is 30% less sensitive to airflow, surely that means it's better that it can follow closer. Because it's like, oh, it's not, but it's less sensitive to airflow. Or does that mean it's going to perform worse because it's less sensitive to air? I mean, cooling focus changes, so there's going to be less engine cooling. Or does that mean less engine cooling is required? And that's better. So does that mean we're going to have to preserve our tyres 30% less? Or the act of tyre preservation is 30% less effective? Do you know what I mean? Like, I think you could interpret that in either way. We're quite good on tyre preservation and engine cooling, and we're pretty toss on our airflow. So I think I'll go for this one on the rationale that it's going to affect areas we're good. No, actually, why would I want it to affect areas we're already good at? But the flip side is that's going to make things worse that we're not good at yet, but we're going to improve at them. I've been sat here for almost 10 minutes staring at this. You will see a lot less of it. I have to edit a lot out of these videos, because it's just me going, I don't get it. I thought I understood this sport. What's happening? We're already bad with our aero, but we'll improve at it. So I'm going to go for the airflow focus changes, and we will adapt to them. And we can start researching those airflow changes for next year at some point this season. Let me know if you think I've made the right call or if I've interpreted that all wrong, because I've gotten myself in a right brain twist looking at this. I'm going to go for airflow focus changes. We've obviously got some issues post Japan. Chassis was destroyed. The front wings have finally failed naturally because they've run their course, so that's what, 4 Grand Prix that the front wing and the suspensions have lasted. Good to know. But obviously on Emo's car, it's all it's all academic because it was all destroyed. And obviously the underfloor probably failed because it's picked up damage. Gearbox also needs switching out for a Emu. Okay, let's switch out some parts. So we've got a replacement front wing, that is fine. Let's install that replacement. And then for the suspension, let's install the replacement suspension. Fine. We've only got 2 suspensions left. So you'd probably need to think about building some replacement suspensions. I imagine that's the allotment not just for this car, that's the allotment for both cars, isn't it? Well, we'll find out in a second, hang on. What? What do you mean? Oh! Oh dear! Oh, that's not good part management. Shit! Don't I have a warehouse guy for this? Why am I doing this? Because that is the game. I understand that is the game. Obviously, Mike Bassett would be like, why the f*** am I doing this? I don't want to waste time on this shit. Let's install a RW2 even on here. That's fine. Chassis. Let's install a chassis on car 2. We need to install a replacement front wing. Suspension, swap out. So is that going to put us down to 1 then? Or is that 2 including the installed ones? It is. So I need to make some suspensions. I'm going to rush some of these through. So we'll have 2 suspensions in 10 days. Oh no, actually I don't need to rush them. I was going to say I don't need to rush them because obviously 4 Grand Prix that suspension's lasted us. However, if someone does put it in the wall, it's probably good to have at least 1 there, so I am going to rush these through. So 4 suspensions, fine. Right, we need to get a replacement underfloor. Or hang on. Oh no, hang on. Do I not have a new underfloor I can install? Or is that not available yet? It's not ready yet. I will have a new underfloor, so let's not rush to replace the underfloor yet. Now, in terms of the gearbox, I think it is worth installing the replacement for this one. But obviously that means we may take a penalty later in the season, because I think that's probably before the point we were supposed to swap in a gearbox. Let's compare it to the state of Teo's. So his gearbox is at 46%. So what is 24 divided by 4? That is 6, isn't it? I've said it now and I feel exposed. That is 6, right? Just bear with. I've just opened my calendar. Hang on. I've just opened the clock. Calculator. It doesn't really matter if I've got the sums right. I've just opened... right. So yeah, 24 divided by 4 is 6. Oh, okay. It needs to last 6 Grand Prix. As does the engine. ERS has to last 12. Because that's half of 24. Quick maths. Do I run it? It's not in a great shape. No, I need to switch it out. It's just no issues though. It's just on 21%. I might try and keep the gearbox in for China. Because then at least it's done 5 Grand Prix. And it'll probably fall short of doing the 6 it needs to. So 1 gearbox needs to last a race longer. Or we end up taking a penalty later in the season. I'm going to leave his gearbox in. Okay, what other parts am I low on? We've only got 1 chassis in the warehouse and 2 installed. Could probably do with 1 more chassis. And we'll just go for the 1. Because there's already 1 in the warehouse. So unless both of them throw it off the road in China, which I know I'm tempting fate by saying that. I think I will probably get... Oh, no manufacturer slots available. I need to wait. Oh, shit. Oh, okay, I see. So I need to upgrade some buildings. Because I need some more slots for parts. I don't want to run out of things. I think we should upgrade the factory so we have another manufacturer slot. And that will improve our project capacity and development speed, which is great. It's going to take 100 days to do it, but let's do it now. Now, weather centre. This slightly screwed us over in the last race. I think upping our forecast accuracy is important. Let's do the weather centre. I wonder if I improve the race simulator. There's also a point of wind tunnel, could be useful. I want our next upgrades to be really good, so I might do the wind tunnel. How long is that? 63 days, 10 million. That'll only put us down with 10 million in the bank. No, I don't want to half the amount of money I've got in the bank left. Let's do race simulator and improve our driver development. We are going to have at least an underfloor. This is the first of 2 underfloors. Although it skipped right past it. Is it just not going to give me any fanfare for completing that? Okay, so we finished manufacturing the new rear wing. So has the underfloor not been done yet? Yes, so we've got one underfloor ready, and we will install that on car 2, and then when the other one becomes available, we'll put that on Teo's car as well, ahead of China, but at least we've cleared all of the nasty red marks surrounding Iyumu's car. Good! That's good news. So if Bassett improving. Zuberi, I told you not to bother with this shit, alright? I mean, there's a few more neutrals and a few more positives. Our affiliate drivers are both happy. Pat's at least fine. But there's a lot of very unhappy people in terms of their attitude at the moment. Teo's just a happy dude. His biggest issue is the car versus the teammates' car, which is fine, because we're going to give him the underfloor as well, and we'll fix that straight away. Got a new research period, so we'll research a new car part in a moment. Otherwise, here comes the vote. So everyone's voted for the airflow focus changes apart from Red Bull and Aston Martin. I still don't fully understand how that's going to affect us next season. I've said how I think it will affect us, and the only way to know is to find out. This episode's going to be like an hour and a half long, and I'll only get to fucking China at this rate. What's going on? Hooray, we can continue design and research on car parts and open projects. Cause of the issue is found and resolved. It's safe to work again. Brilliant. So that thing that pinged earlier was not to design new car parts, it's to research for next season. So let's have a look at this. I would like to get a leg up on next season. So similarly, you choose a part to research for next season. Obviously, the thing that's been affected is airflow. So let's look at front wing. Oh, but it still comes out of an ATR period. Shit. So that's when we're going to have to balance things out between developing parts for this year and researching stuff for next year. Okay, so when the next ATR period comes in 13 days, we're going to have to split our resources between those two things. Get it? This is going to seem dead obvious to people who play this game. I'm learning. Get it now. Understood. Message received. We have a chassis, which is good. It's a spare chassis. Don't need to worry about it too much. That's fine. What's going on in the inbox? It's just... Pat, you can chill out on the important email button. I knew about this. It's fine. Just chill. Chill those beans of yours, pal. Do we have the other underfloor available now? Yes, we do. So now everyone's got the same underfloor. Do have to keep an eye on that. It doesn't give me like the heads up every single time a new part's been made. It just says it on the calendar, so we'll just have to check our stock. But now everyone is running the upgraded underfloor. So, thankfully it looks like it's going to be warm and we're not expecting rain this weekend. That's good news. It's also our first sprint race weekend. Guys, I don't think I'm emotionally prepared for that. Also, I'm not a massive fan of the format anyway, but whatever. Can we have a vote on sprint races next? Oh no, the cars are too close together. We might have some racing action. Let's deal with that. No, f*** off the sprint races. How about that? So we're expecting a two-stop. Well, we'll see about that. Race targets. Teo Porcher, I'm going to stick with 18th as the target. I think he's very much capable of that. For Yumu, yeah, we should be getting 20th at least. Let's stick it down the line for that, and hopefully we can recover this weekend.
A visit to Shanghai International Circuit can only mean it's time for the Chinese Grand Prix. This state-of-the-art track...
Really, I thought it was the Italian Grand Prix. What do you f***ing mean? Sorry, Crafty, it's not you, I'm stressed. Good, happy to see that this weekend, unless our weather centre is that shit, it doesn't see a massive f***-off black cloud. So we only have one practice session before going into a sprint race. I might have to do practice for this one. Maybe we won't get to 2 races in this one because there's going to be a lot more for me to deal with. Shit. I don't know what run plan to do. I honestly don't know what the deal is. Okay. I don't have any information. So I'm just going to go into the practice session with no changes here. And let's run a practice session and let's see what happens, and then let's see if I can work out how to get us a setup. Okay, let's just get our drivers out and get some data. That's literally all I can think to do at this point, and then we can change run plans. It's only an hour session.
Radio check.
Immediately, am I going to regret? Am I going to regret not switching that out? Well, good. They're now gathering their feedback. So do I just let them do these runs? They can do the setup feedback, then we'll reconfigure them, send them out. Maybe send them out with a slightly different tyre, different amounts of fuel, and go from there? Oh. Oh, Teo. It's cool. Don't push it. Just relax, my guy.
Copy that.
I want those full for both of them. And then we can call the cars in, and I'll make the changes and maybe send them out on mediums instead. We want some data on all 3 tyres. Maybe I'll split, and I'll send Teo out on the softs and Bassett out on the mediums, and let's get the data. Already lost 1% on that gearbox.
How's the balance?
Oh.
Yeah, it's not great.
Copy that.
And that's fine, Emu, because you know what? We're going to fix that, my guy. And now we've got all of that feedback, let's call the car in. What's Teo saying? Probably much the same.
Yeah, copy.
Thank you for that, Teo. I think we call you in as well, because it's almost half the session gone. We want to use the other tyres. Okay, let's reconfigure. All right. Let's make some adjustments, guys. Let's get the setup tweaks in the window. I'm actually going to use the controller for this part, because then I can... got more precise control. Okay, that's pretty good. Let's have a look at run plan. We'll do another 15 laps, that's fine. And then I would like to run you on a soft tyre. Let's get Pourchaire reconfigured. In the meantime, Ayumu is here. Okay, well that's much better. He's already happy with the amount of understeer. We just need to adjust the rest of these things. This is much better doing this with the controller. Much, much better. Because I can make... I understand the tweaks I'm making now to each one. That's pretty good. Pretty happy with that. And then, in terms of tyres, let's run you out on a set of mediums. So that's locked for the race. Fine. And let's get more data, more data, more data. I like the way they've done practice sessions in this game. This is actually really fun. This feels like I've got a purpose and a guidance. You know, I feel like I know what I'm looking for. This is good. I like. This is actually fun. I wasn't actually looking forward to running a practice session because I thought this is going to be dull. Well, maybe dull's the wrong word. Just kind of, felt like I would have lacked guidance. But I understand what I'm trying to achieve. I understand how to achieve it. And this is good. And we're getting the data. We're manually building up all those important things, such as track acclimatization, getting the car parts knowledge. And we've got to do that as best we can in just the one session of a sprint weekend, which is very pressurized. And that is admittedly the one part of the sprint weekend format that is quite good, is the lack of practice. But then they just kind of use the sprint race as a bit of a testing session as well. So it kind of evens itself out, and then you kind of lose a little bit of unknown from the race itself, because you've kind of done a practice run in the sprint session. I'd rather them just do less practice sessions, or shorter practice sessions, and give them less time to have all of this data. I admit it's about the balance of obviously how much time you give to the teams to learn all this stuff, but also they're wanting to put the cars out on track as much as possible for the fans. And I understand they're trying to find that balance. I just don't like the sprint race format. I just don't think anyone is going to be driving too much in anger when they've got qualifying for an actual Grand Prix as the next session. 20 minutes to go in the practice session. Shit. Am I going to just have to do the replacement this weekend and take the hit? As soon as we've got the setup feedback from Ivasa, I'm calling him in.
Let us know your comments.
All okay with the car?
Copy that.
And how was the balance?
I keep it active.
Copy that.
Beautiful, beautiful. Right, let's call the car in immediately. Okay. Oh, absolutely super smashing great. Okay, what have we got here? Much better. I'm just going to do a short run. On the mediums in the hope that we can just tweak this a little bit more and just get more data. It's still right in the middle of all of them. I'm almost tempted to not change anything. And just get him run, just so we can have more data on the car. Yeah, let's do that. Because that track acclimatization is still very low. I'm going to let him run to the end of the session, and he's gone 9th fastest now on the medium tyre, which is really good.
Checkered flag.
Good work, guys. Good work, team. Teo Porcher ends up 9th. Obviously, it's an FP1. I do question if you would give an FP1 to someone else when it's a sprint weekend. Would Pato O'Ward and Jack Crawford be running like we're just going to plonk Piastri into a sprint qualifying with no running? Don't quite believe that. Anyway, 9th for Teo Porcher, 20th for Ivasa, but he's much happier with his setup. So we need to use mediums in the first 2 sprint qualies and softs in the final session. Fine. Do I want to make any more tweaks to Teo's setup? Because 65% is... Thing is, not only is it 65%, but they're all like slap bang in the middle of those windows. I feel like you're underselling me there a little bit, game. I think I've nailed it. That's all I'm going to say. Right, our first ever sprint qualifying. How hard could it be? Teo coming to the end of his first lap. Already done some running on the mediums. Should know the deal.
We are P4 at the minute. We're having to push all the way in, so we'll push until the pit lane.
So at the minute, Porcher is scraping through. Ivasa 2/10 off. Do I want to make any tweaks to that front wing angle in the hope that it improves something else or gives us some more data? I might give him a click of extra front wing and just see if that helps him. Some decent space for Porcher, although he's having to get out the way of Leclerc at the minute. Leclerc. Not improvements here at the moment. Oh, what's going on? What's happened? What does that mean? Oh, don't tell me he's been given a penalty for that. Fuck's sake. Grid penalty for impeding. Leclerc it will be. Mike Bassett, the master of sending out his drivers at the shittest possible moment, strikes again. Important flying lap now from Teo if he's going to have the grid penalty. Can he improve? He's going out on SQ1 as well at the moment. Oh, I've read the signs wrong. It's not a grid penalty. That's just the person who's in danger of going out. Because grid penalty and at risk are different, but they do look quite similar. Sorry, that's my bad. Okay. Wasn't as bad as I thought. Can Teo do it? No. Damn, missing out by 0.03 of a second. Sprint quali pole goes to Max Verstappen, ahead of his teammate Sergio Perez and Leclerc in third. Yeah, we're out. Okay, so it's obviously just going to be medium tyres all the way through. We have improved Teo's car setup though, so that's good. Right. Let's sprint then.
Here we go, the sprint in Shanghai. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Okie dokie. So maybe I should have looked to overfuel slightly so we could push. I don't know. Let's just see how we get on and use this as data for the race. I'm hoping Teo can make some moves forward. And I want to get him attacking.
Overtaken, go, come on.
And in fact, I want Iwasa to be attacking as well. It's a sprint. Let's actually attack, shall we? Although it's not looking good for Iwasa off the back. Are these gearbox issues hurting him? Oh, okay. Need to stay off the curbs. Okay, we need to look at when we can recharge and deploy. Let's get him deploying and see what we can do. See how quickly it depletes. Oh, yellow flag. And we've got a VSC.
VSC. Delta positive.
Let's see what happened. Daniel Ricciardo. Oh, it lets go in a big way. Jesus.
Lift and coast.
Copy.
Let's just conserve everything
Lift and coast.
for this short VSC.
If you can, we could use more management.
And then we can push when it comes off. Okie dokie.
VSC ending.
We can push a bit more. Cancel the lift and coast.
Copy.
DRS is now
Go.
enabled.
Don't know why I put that on
Sergeant,
neutral
the
for
car
him.
ahead.
Let's just get pushing.
Sergeant, now the car ahead, 2.8.
It's looking pretty sad right now. And, yeah, I don't like it. Although Porsche has just used DRS to get past Zhou.
Virtual safety
Oh,
car.
bloody hell.
Keep that delta positive.
What is that for? Russell's out. Is he going to let go as well? Oh, he does, in a very similar way to Ricciardo. Oh, that'll be £20,000, please,
And
Mr.
clearly
George
then,
Russell.
Not what everyone in the garage would have wanted
Noddy,
to see.
noddy. I just don't get how Iwasa is just falling off the back. It's just not good. The only thing I can think of is the gearbox, and we just need to switch it.
Virtual safety car ending.
Copy.
No saving required.
Copy.
There we go, get them pushing again.
DRS enabled.
How are they doing on tyres? Slightly above, so maybe they've got a little bit of extra
Lift and
push,
coast if desired.
but fine for now. As it stands, it feels like, yeah, Porsche is doing a much better job at deploying his energy compared to Ayumu, but Ayumu's probably riding on it more because he's 7 seconds off the back.
Brilliant time management.
Copy.
That gearbox issue is just not helping at all. And obviously he's got to stay off the curbs, so come on Teo, come on, get on Bottas. I'm gonna have to get him bringing the pack back up. Oh, and he's done it.
But this is what happened. Now this was at turn 1.
Oh, round the
The
outside of
opportunity's there.
turn 1, you'd love to see it. Magical stuff.
That sees them move to 15.
At least he's making moves up in the race. He's going forward. Obviously, there's been 2 retirements. I reckon he could get 13th in this race. I think that's on. Maybe next lap we deploy. This could be good if he can have that energy deploying down the back straight. I'm going to get him deploying.
Energy available.
Come on.
Copy.
Come on. In fact, I think there's over a second between Ocon and Albon. This could be the opportunity. He's already moving out before DRS is even open. The French driver in the French car overtaking our French rivals. C'est magnifique. Immediately he's onto the back of Albon, who doesn't have DRS.
Car ahead is Albon.
Could be a double move. He's going to have to try and hang it around the outside.
Come on.
And he does. Beautiful, Teo. He's within a second of Magnussen. Come on, this is good. This is really good from Teo Pourchaire. Sorry, Ayumu. It's like that meme, isn't it? That, you know, the one in the water. I'll put it up. Poor Ayumu. Sorry. Oh, in the meantime, we flick back. Finally, a little bit of race direction that I can actually be proud of. We're back to see the move. He's going to be on the outside. He's already got it done. Oh, God, nearly contact there.
We can focus on our race now.
So we could get to 11th here. This is great progress from Teo Pourchaire. Watch down that back straight. Deploy, 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 deploy. Absolutely beautiful. Lots of people struggling with mechanical issues. And I would say Bassett is one of them, even though it doesn't say otherwise. I think Teo can be very happy. He can be very happy indeed.
Tyres looking good.
Hopefully bodes well for the rest of the weekend. 11th is great, not to be sniffed at all.
Let's check the flag.
See what a good mentality gets you.
Well done.
Being
Good
positive about things.
Take the
Maybe
pickup.
everyone else could follow Teo's lead. In the meantime, I'm sorry, Ayumu. It's all kind of stemmed from mismanaging the tyres in Japan, and we're still dealing with the ramifications of that. I think we swap out a gearbox. So, Charles Leclerc wins the sprint race, Max Verstappen dropping 2 spots, and he falls behind Lando Norris as well. In the meantime, up 6 for Teo Pourchaire, and it would have been up 4 without those retirements, so great performance from him. In the meantime, Ivasa at least is up 2, but unfortunately he's only up 2 on the people that retired. Okay, it is qualifying time. And I think we make the switch to this gearbox. It has to be done. And hopefully that will help us. Everything else is okay. Engine is roughly where it needs to be. That's got to last this race and the next race, and then we can switch it out. Fine. And immediately, let's get Ivasa out on a clear track and get some confidence. It's been a rough weekend so far. At least we've reduced some of the wear on the new gearbox by running those sessions and getting it out the way. I don't think we've lost anything really by... we weren't going to score points with a different gearbox in the sprint qualifying, so I think that's actually... it's fine. So if now we can suddenly have a stronger weekend with the newer gearbox, that would be good. Oh, I've done it again. How? How have I managed out behind a Sauber again? Maybe it's just going to see the green dot and go. Green, go!
Keep an eye on your delta.
Provisional pole for Iwasa.
Go recharge
Stop the count.
and we'll box
He's
this
going
back.
to lose it immediately to Gasly. No, that's good. Ooh, the French office heating up. I feel like we can start taking it to them now. Yeah, I'm liking it.
We're currently P6.
So Pourchaire not ahead of Ivasa,
Pull the car on the way.
but obviously he was stuck behind Zhou, who was even slower. So that's not helped. Let's see how the rest of the session develops. That's a good start. We just need to pick our moment for getting them out on track. Much better for their final runs. That's good. We just got to get Porsche out ahead of Alonso and Verstappen. In the meantime, we are waiting for Bassett for his final run. And he's got clear air. Oh, he doesn't. He's got Ricciardo there. Hopefully that's not impeded him too much. Slower in Sector 1. Come on, Ayumu. Quicker in the middle sector. Please just let it be an improvement. Here he comes.
Currently P16. If we can do a fast in-lap.
Copy.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be enough. Just from other people improving. But could Teo knock out Ayumu? Ayumu's yet to get out. Yet to get out of Q1. And he still hasn't. Shit. Shit. I think we're just not strong here. I think that's the issue. We're just, we know, this track doesn't suit our car. And it's a rare moment of Iwasa being, Porsche being out-qualified by Iwasa. So pole position for Max Verstappen once again ahead of Charles Leclerc, Piastri, Sainz and Norris. Yeah, we revert to going out in Q1 once again. Shame with the new parts, but Iwasa does at least has a bit of a confidence boost for the weekend. With his new gearbox in, he's ahead of teammate Teo Porsche, I think for the first time in qualifying. So let's talk strategy. So interestingly, we've got a 1 and a 2 stop strategy going. So this estimated race time 1 hour 28 minutes versus 1 hour 28 minutes 11. Hang on, what was the 17? So this seems slower. What is interesting is this because we've only had the one because we only had the one practice session that I've only got one potential strategy. So I could run every tyre and finish, just get progressively more aggressive as the strategy runs on. So let's compare. That is better. Let's compare that. So that is a 1 hour 28 and 14. This is 1 hour 28 and 11. 2 soft stints, but look at how close to the edge we're running those tyres. And it's conserve as well to make it work. We'll stick with what it's given us. I usually like to push on the strategies, but considering what pushing got us last time, maybe we'll try something different. Fuel, we're going to underfuel both of them by, I think, a couple of laps each this time, because it's dry. Because our engine is good at recouping the fuel. 2 stops for both drivers, which I know is... Oh god, yeah, I should want them to stop less, really, shouldn't I? We edited our pit crew last time. It should be better, right? They should stop making fucking mistakes.
But they've got to get there. It's almost time for the Chinese Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Ooh, that was a very fancy camera shot indeed. As we swoop down into turn 1. Let's get you on the attack.
Do everything you can.
Copy.
I want them really ideally out of each other's way. Teo is on the harder tyre to begin with. What is going on in terms of strategy? Is there anyone else on the harder tyre? There's a couple of people. Gasly and Ocon, crucially, both the Alpines are doing it. Okay, we've got people starting on the soft tyres, so this is going to get messy in terms of working out our net position pretty early on. Lots of different strategies, it seems like, at play. Pourchaire has immediately been passed by Zhou. We're on the weaker tyre, we might have to accept dropping back. We do need to stay ahead of Gasly because he's on the same tyre and the same strategy. And Pourchaire is past Zhou as well, which is good. Ivasa now at least making space for himself. And this is good. Perhaps we could use a little bit of deploy and get him on the back of this train of cars. And you can bring your teammate with you using the DRS. Ivasa is up there. He's up there. And he's going to make a move. He's past one. I think he's past two. Come on, Ayumu. This is it. This is your Phoenix from the Flames moment. Push, push, push. And he's on with Bottas already. He's going to do Bottas. Magic. Let's immediately top up that.
Let's see what happens.
And we've just seen all of those as dots. So let's enjoy this one. DRS down the back straight.
And that's 16th place now.
Good, good, good. Much better. I'm glad it was indeed the gearbox that's causing issues. We do need to top up his ERS though, because we have run that a little bit dry. In the meantime, let's get Teo deploying and see if he can get up to the guys ahead. It's not as important really for Teo, because he's on the hard tyre and he's doing better on his hard tyre than everyone else on track at the moment, which is great. Bottas is now back with us. Now we're not deploying the battery. And Pourchaire is on the back of Logan Sargent and ahead of Logan Sargent. Come on, guys. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It seems like Pourchaire is much better at recouping his energy. He's past Ocon as well. Perez has a mechanical fault. We've got a virtual safety car.
VSC. Stay just positive on the delta.
Let's get everything on conserve. Logan Sargent is out. And is this going to be similar to Ricciardo's? It is. Almost a carbon copy. I crash. That's literally all it said. Oh god. Sorry, did this guy look happy about that initially? He did that. He was like, I'd have a word with that guy. He was way too happy. Here we go.
VSC ending.
Speed up. Cancel the lift and coast.
Copy, copy.
And there we go.
DRS enabled.
Perfect. Get them off conserve.
No more lift and coast.
They've... Oh no!
We can go recharge off.
Teo! No, my man.
Copy that, mate.
Shit. He's just lost it. Getting things back up to temp.
Keep going to give ourselves options.
Bottas is battling back against Ivasa.
Still a long way to go. Car behind.
Let's get him deploying. Let's get him on the attack again. Go on.
3.7 seconds back.
Okay, Ivasa is back past Bottas. And I think he's going to get Magnussen as well with that mechanical issue. Good, good, good. This is a brilliant first stint from Ayumu Iwasa, showing what he can do, and Magnussen is now a little cork in the bottle for Bottas. Yes, I know, I noticed as you were about to say the batteries, sorry. We would like him to get back past Gasly. He is who we are racing on the similar strategy. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to pause. I meant to go normal speed. Where he goes in the braking zone. Excellent work. And Bottas has got an issue. See, I wonder if this is going to be because obviously certain parts, like the engine and gearbox, have to last 6 races. And we're coming to the end of that period. So more people are having problems now. And obviously we're kind of stealing a march because we've just had to switch one of those parts, i.e. Iwasa's gearbox, early. So maybe this is just delaying our pain for later on. Bloody hell, that's a good move. And after spinning it earlier, he's still got it. Good, this is solid stuff for now. Push, push, push. So in the meantime, Iwasa is up to 13th because Hülkenberg has stopped. Still a while for our first stops yet. I know we're out of sequence, but it's nice to see Iwasa up in 11th. Oh, and Joe's had a pit stop issue, which I'm not going to laugh at because it's no guarantees, is there? Lap 22 is when we're stopping. So we're in the window, but I did stop a few, like, earlier on a couple of occasions, and that wasn't really ideal. Iwasa's 10th, we're in the points, which is nice, but temporary. Yep, here we go. Optimal pit stop lap. Onto the soft tyres.
Box this lap.
Considering Pourchaire spun, he has done an incredible job shutting the gap to Iwasa on the road. This is brilliant work.
Copy, copy.
Okay, just before we're about to watch the tension of Iwasa's stop, let's get Teo in for the next lap.
We're boxing this lap.
I
Okay,
beg
okay, box,
of
box.
you, okay? You'll get a raise and a pizza party. How about that? Your choice of toppings.
So you should be clear.
And I'm a man of my
onto
word.
exit.
Even if you like pineapple on a pizza, I'll let you have it. You're wrong, but I'll let you have it. So that's great news. It's great news for Iwasa. It only heightens my sense of dread for Teo Pourchaire. Fucking hell. We looked competent then. How good was that? It's fucking not half bad.
2 seconds ahead.
So, we've now
Car
got
behind is Show.
medium tyres on Teo Pourchaire's car, but he's on like a standard
32 laps
push,
to go.
whereas at the moment, Iwasa, to make the rest of his race work on these soft tyres, is that he needs to manage these softs. The temperatures are quite cool at the minute, so I hope he can bring those up without too much issue. I think we're okay for fuel saving at the moment. I'm not concerned. Let's look at our gaps on the road. We are 19th and 20th. Iwasa is hitting target. Pourchaire currently isn't, but like I say, we are slightly off sequence in terms of stops, I think, at the moment. So let's just hopefully get some good laps in, guys.
Tell me about the tire and the brakes.
Now, this is the issue. Maybe we do need to run him on standard just for a moment.
And warm the
Just
front.
to get the temperatures up. And then we go back to conserving to make this work. Keeping a very close eye on that after the last round. Oh, there we go. That wasn't too bad.
Happy to back off.
Good. Just need a little bit of push there just to get them in the window. That's okay. So the gap is coming down between Ivasa and Gasly. I think it's also coming down. Or is it holding between teammates? I think it is holding at the moment. So Ivasa has caught up to Gasly.
Tires are looking good from us.
What is the tyre offset? So he's on older medium, so this could be a good opportunity for us to get back ahead
Tires have
of
stabilized.
our fellow Frenchies. Good, 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 good. And Ivasa is now in Pourchaire's targeted place.
How are the tires?
Go on, straight back. Oh, I've turned off his deploy maybe a little bit early, but it doesn't matter. He gets the job done. And it's been like day
Good job, mate.
and night
17.
between sprint race and race itself. But like I said, I don't think that was really much to do with him. Oh, it would be good if we could get one back now. Surely Gasly's going to have to slow for Leclerc. And we've done it. We've done exactly what happened to us.
Let's take a look at the
What
replay.
strolled into us
Along the
in
straight
Japan.
here, the gap opens up
He
for
slowed to let Leclerc through, and we've just nicked in.
and moves up a place.
Snooze, you
into
lose.
19.
Poor chair. I think has been able to do something similar on Bottas. They're not the smartest when it comes to letting people through the back markers anyway. They adhere to blue flags, but sometimes very much to their detriment. So both drivers are hitting target at the moment, but again, I stress we are out of sequence on stops. We've had a tyre offset against the guys we were racing there. But Ivasa running up in 15th at the moment, this is going okay. Those last stops are going to be vital. Tyres are where they need to be. Tyres are where they need to be. Fuel, I think, will make it. We're in a quieter period now. Let's just have them both get a little bit of top up in their batteries, so they have the energy when they need it. They're right together, and I'm not sure what the best plan of action is. Pit window is open for Ivasa. Oh, I accidentally put Ivasa on deploy. I didn't mean to do that. No wonder he started to open out the gap again. Clicked the wrong thing. That's my mistake. Let's top up the energy on both of you guys. Gasly with mechanical issues at the moment. Oh, and they're now right together. Uh-oh. Shit. Strategy. Don't fight. Don't fight. Oh. Pourchaire is now ahead of Ivasa. Which I suppose is okay, because you're going to come in a second anyway. And this is allowing Pourchaire at least to have some push-in laps. Zhou is retired, which means as long as we can finish, Ivasa is guaranteed that place. Optimal pit stop lap for Ivasa. Let's get him in. Right, let's slow things down to... Oh, there we go. That's exactly what I wanted.
Okay, go.
Optimal lap. Onto the softs. Come on, let's have a perfect race in terms of just nailing it, please. Good work. 2.7. We are back out ahead of Ocon.
Alright, mate, so that is P18.
good.
Car ahead is
And we've
Esteban.
got fresher soft tyres and a tyre offset to the guys ahead. So we might... Oh, 15 seconds though. We might be able,
Gap
in
is
the time
1.0.
left,
15 to go.
to bring it in. Just let's see how he does with bringing these tyres in. We need to get them up to temp first. Here we go. Last stop of the day. It's important. And will he come back out ahead of his teammate? 2.6, good stop.
Watch the pit exit line.
Good work, guys, finally. And we come out ahead of our teammate. And this is good because now Pourchaire is on the fresher soft tyres. His stint is also about pushing the tyres a little bit harder. So he's naturally going to be a bit quicker. I think it makes sense that these guys aren't going to trip over each other. He's still on high aggression for overtake. Ivas is still not fighting his teammate. I think this is actually the order they needed to come out in, and then Pourchaire might be able to catch up ahead. But at the minute, all stops done, both guys hitting target. How well we do from here is on how well we can push in this final stint. Well, at the minute, Ivasa seems to be sticking with Lewis Hamilton, which is quite a good feat. And they're both reeling in Pourchaire. Is the time coming down to the car ahead? It is. 10 laps, about to be 10 laps to go. Have we got a shot at 16th or maybe even 15th with Teo Pourchaire? Albon has just locked up. That's it. Keep screwing up, Alex. That would be great. Ivasa has just overtaken Lewis Hamilton. Don't get yourself a penalty for blue flags, though, Emu. It's great that you seem to be incredible. He's just overtaken him again. What is going on? I think our fuel saving might get timed perfectly. Or we might, can't tell, but Pourchaire is up to Magnussen. I can't tell if we're going to need to do a little bit of fuel saving or if I've judged it perfectly.
Ahead is Magnussen.
Right on board with Teo Pourchaire. DRS is going to be open now. Goes to the outside. See, Magnussen does have issues and weaker tyres. Now can we shut the gap to Alex Albon? Deploying that down the back straight. And Pourchaire is past Albon. Right. I am just going to conserve a little bit of fuel from both guys. Vassar has just done Magnussen though as well. Completely missed that. Just want to make sure they get to the end. -1. Yes, surely that's going to be enough. Surely he'll have done enough there to save it. In fact, I'm going to put him back on balance. Yes, right on cue. Because the gap... no, he's not going to get to Ocon. Damn. We've been out-Frenched on this occasion. I think we did need just a touch of fuel save at the very end to make sure we got to the end. But in the end, not bad. I'm actually going to put Ivasa, final lap starts. Put Ivasa on deploy.
We can use overtake.
2.3 seconds. What's the tyre offset? Favourable. Could Ivasa nick 16th before the end of the race? I reckon he could do this. Because he's starting the final lap now. He might even have a chance into one. No, but back straight. Could do it. Oh, Ivasa might just have been evaded.
Albon ahead.
He's not going to get DRS, I don't think.
keep pushing on these tires.
Yeah, he's not going to do it. Just going to miss out, frustratingly. But a good recovery, a good result. Target for both of them. Pourchaire is coming across the line for 15th. Vassar empties his battery, doesn't get Albon.
That's P15. Lots to look forward to.
But great work. Great work from both guys. So Oscar Piastri wins from 3rd, finishing ahead of Max Verstappen and Charles Leclerc. Leclerc dealing with a lot of technical issues, it seemed. Falling down the order as Perez has a disappointing day down in 9th. Up 5 places from Teo Pourchaire and up 2 from Ivasa. I'm happy with both of them. In terms of the Drivers' Championship, Verstappen still leads, Piastri though gaining thanks to that win. But yeah, the lead at the top still opening out for Max Verstappen, over 2 points over Charles Leclerc. In the meantime, Pourchaire 14th, Ivasa 20th. Obviously no points for us yet. In the Constructors, Red Bull lead Ferrari and McLaren. Very much a three-way fight building there. We remain 8th behind Haas. Again, no points for us yet. And incredibly, for the first time, we are on a DHL fastest pit stop. So 2.5 second stop for a Yumu Ivasa. We score our first points of the season in the DHL fastest pit stop competition. And that puts us 10th. We're ahead of Haas. Okay, we're actually, incredibly, we're ahead of someone on this. Very flattering considering what our other performances has been like, but that's brilliant stuff. Like I say, I'd be happy if they were all 2.7s. That's good work, guys. Excuse me, what do you mean? What do you mean? That's a glitch, surely. Because we've just finished and we're still getting the money for it. If anyone who's watching who has any involvement in this game, that's obviously broken. It's given us the money for it, and hopefully it's still given us the morale boost for it as well. It's just that screen that had some wrong text on it. So the CFD simulator has been upgraded, that's good. In the meantime, so side pods have failed. Fine, but this will be the last time we use the engine or that particular power unit in Miami. So at least in the 40% before we switch that out, that's fine. Gearbox is also the last time for Teo's car. Obviously, we've got to keep an eye on making this last as long as we can. So let's switch out the side pods. We're already manufacturing. I think we're already manufacturing side pods, aren't we? Oh no, we're not. But we have a window open for a project. Just want another spare rear wing, that's all. So yeah, 2 installed, 1 in the warehouse. Let's manufacture another 1. It's only going to take 3 days. So I would have done 2 races this episode if it wasn't for the fact that we've kind of had 2 races this episode. First time doing a practice session, first time doing a sprint race. So next time we will definitely do a longer episode with 2 races in it. I'm happy that we've managed to recover from Iyumu's obviously unfortunate end to the Japanese Grand Prix. He's put in a good performance. We've got parts back up. We've got parts in the warehouse, parts being built. We're upgrading our facilities. We've had a good result for Teo in both the sprint race and the race itself, whereas Ivasa, a good recovery in qualifying in the race for him. Next time we're off to Miami, which is cool. It's certainly a circuit that I'm aware of. And yeah, next time, hopefully we can build up we need a solid weekend. I think one weekend we can scrape a point or two. Could it be next time? I hope you'll join me to find out. Thanks for watching.